Forgive and move on. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go, with a backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a grudge, a regret, or an unresolved hurt. As the days turn into weeks and months into years, the weight of that backpack grows unbearable. Now, imagine the freedom of finally putting it down. How light would you feel? How much further could you go? Forgiveness is that act of setting down the backpack. Yet, for so many of us, the word forgive feels loaded. Perhaps you think, but they don't deserve it, or how can I forgive when I can't forget? The truth is, forgiveness isn't about erasing the past or excusing someone's actions. It's about reclaiming your peace, your happiness, and your power. In this video, we're going to explore why forgiveness is one of the most profound gifts you can give yourself, and how it can unlock doors to a brighter, more peaceful future. Together, we'll break this journey into 4 chapters. 1. Understanding the true meaning of forgiveness and debunking common myths about it. 2. The emotional and psychological toll of holding on to grudges. 3. Practical steps to forgive, even when it feels impossible. 4. How forgiveness transforms your life and empowers you to move forward. If you've ever felt trapped by anger, resentment, or regret, this video is for you. By the end, you'll understand how forgiving isn't about giving in, it's about breaking free. Let's begin this journey to freedom, healing, and renewal together. Chapter 1. What forgiveness really means. Forgiveness. It's a word we hear so often, yet it's rarely understood in its truest form. Many of us have been conditioned to think of forgiveness as weakness, as letting someone off the hook, or even as an invitation to be hurt again. But what if forgiveness wasn't about the other person at all? What if it was about setting yourself free? Let's imagine for a moment that you're holding a burning coal in your hand. You picked it up out of anger, intending to throw it at someone who hurt you. But instead of throwing it, you keep holding it, and the coal burns deeper and deeper into your skin. That's what holding on to resentment feels like. The longer you hold it, the more it hurts not the person you're angry with, but you. At its core, forgiveness isn't about erasing what happened. It's about choosing to heal from it. It's not about pretending the pain didn't exist. It's about deciding that the pain doesn't get to control you anymore. Forgiveness is an act of self-liberation. Take the story of Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned for 27 years under the harshest conditions imaginable. When he was released, the world expected him to seek revenge on those who wronged him. Instead, he said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies." Mandela understood that forgiveness wasn't about the people who had imprisoned him. It was about his own peace, his own freedom. The truth is, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to forget or even reconcile. It doesn't mean you condone what happened. Forgiveness is about releasing the grip that anger, bitterness, or sorrow has on your heart. It's about choosing to move forward, lighter and unburdened. In this chapter, we're uncovering the essence of forgiveness. It's a gift you give yourself, not the person who hurt you. It's a decision to take your power back, to refuse to let the pain of the past dictate your future. But understanding forgiveness is just the beginning. Why then is it so hard to let go of grudges? In the next chapter, we'll delve into the emotional and psychological toll of holding on to resentment and why it's vital to break free. Chapter 2. The hidden costs of holding on. Have you ever replayed a painful moment in your mind over and over, like a broken record? Maybe it's something someone said, something they did or didn't do. You feel the same rush of anger, the same sting of betrayal, the same sinking weight in your chest. What you're experiencing isn't just a memory. It's the way unresolved pain digs its claws into your psyche, keeping you tethered to the past. Resentment and anger are like emotional parasites. They thrive on your energy, your thoughts, your peace of mind, leaving you drained. Studies have shown that holding on to grudges can increase stress levels, trigger anxiety, and even weaken your immune system. Think about that for a moment. Clinging to bitterness doesn't just make you emotionally unwell, it physically wears you down. But it's not just your body that suffers. When you hold on to resentment, your relationships pay the price too. How many times have you found yourself snapping at someone you love because you're carrying anger from a completely different situation? Or pushing people away because the weight of unhealed pain makes connection feel impossible? Resentment isolates you, building invisible walls that keep others out and keep you trapped inside. Then there's the time and energy resentment steals from you. Every minute spent dwelling on what someone did is a minute you could have spent building something better. Every sleepless night, every distracted thought, every moment of bitterness is time you'll never get back. Resentment, quite literally, robs you of your life. Take a moment to reflect. Is the grudge you're holding worth the peace it's costing you? Imagine your heart as a garden. Every ounce of anger you pour into it is like watering weeds instead of flowers. Over time, those weeds take over, choking out joy, hope, and growth. But here's the good news. You hold the power to uproot them. When we refuse to let go of anger, we often think we're protecting ourselves, putting up barriers so we won't be hurt again. But the irony is, those barriers don't protect us. They imprison us. Forgiveness isn't about letting someone win. It's about choosing to stop letting their actions define your life. In the next chapter, we'll shift from understanding the cost of resentment to discovering how to let it go. You'll learn practical steps to forgive, even when it feels impossible, and how to finally reclaim the peace that's been waiting for you all along. Chapter 3. How to forgive when it feels impossible. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, especially when the wounds run deep. It's easy to say, let it go, but in practice, it feels like climbing a mountain with no clear path to the top. If you've ever thought, I want to forgive, but I just can't, you're not alone. Forgiveness feels impossible when the pain feels insurmountable, but here's the truth, it's not. The first step to forgiving is acknowledging the pain. You can't heal what you don't allow yourself to feel. Take a moment to confront what happened, not to relive it, but to understand it. Write it down if you need to. What hurt you? Why does it still linger? Naming the pain is the first act of reclaiming your power. Next, shift your focus inward. Forgiveness doesn't begin with absolving the person who wronged you. It begins with deciding that you deserve peace. Ask yourself, why am I letting this memory control me? What could my life look like if I chose to let it go? When you recognize that forgiveness is about your freedom, not theirs, the journey becomes a little clearer. Another key is changing your perspective. Try to view the situation through a lens of compassion, not for them, but for yourself. Maybe they didn't apologize, or maybe they did, and it didn't feel like enough. Whatever the case, their actions don't define your worth. You do. Forgiving doesn't mean you agree with what happened. It means you've decided to stop letting it define you. Take small, actionable steps. Meditation, journaling, or even speaking with a trusted friend or therapist can help you process the emotions tied to the situation. Picture the grudge as a physical weight. Each time you consciously choose forgiveness, you're lifting a piece of that weight off your shoulders. For some, spiritual practices can also play a transformative role. Whether it's through prayer, reading scriptures, or reflecting on teachings of forgiveness in your faith, connecting with something larger than yourself can provide the strength to move forward. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight, it's a process. Some days, you'll feel like you've moved on, only for the emotions to creep back in. That's okay. Healing isn't linear, and neither is forgiveness. Each time you choose peace over bitterness, you're taking a step closer to freedom. In the next chapter, we'll explore the transformative power of forgiveness, how letting go not only frees you, but can ripple outward, creating change far beyond what you imagine. Chapter 4. The transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is more than an act, it's a transformation. When you let go of anger and resentment, you're not just freeing yourself from the past. You're opening the door to a brighter, more peaceful future. Forgiveness has the power to transform not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Think about the ripple effect of a single drop of water in a still pond. That's what forgiveness can do. When you forgive, you create space for kindness, compassion, and understanding to flow into your relationships, your decisions, and your view of the world. This shift doesn't just benefit you, it changes the way you interact with others, allowing healthier connections to form. Let's revisit Nelson Mandela's story. When he forgave those who imprisoned him, he didn't just find peace for himself, he set an example for an entire nation. His forgiveness became a cornerstone for reconciliation in South Africa, proving that letting go of bitterness can inspire change on a scale far beyond the individual. Forgiveness also transforms how you see yourself. It's a powerful declaration of self-worth. By forgiving, you're saying, "I am more than what happened to me. I am not defined by my pain or my past." This shift in identity can unlock a sense of empowerment that carries over into every aspect of your life. Perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of forgiveness is the freedom it creates. When you're no longer weighed down by anger, your energy is no longer consumed by thoughts of the past. You can channel that energy into growth, into relationships, into dreams you've put on hold. Forgiveness gives you the clarity to see new possibilities and the courage to pursue them. But forgiveness doesn't just transform the forgiver. It can have profound effects on the forgiven as well. Imagine the impact of receiving forgiveness when you least expect it. It can heal wounds, mend relationships, and even inspire others to embark on their own journeys of forgiveness. The ripple effect of forgiveness reminds us that it's not just about personal peace, it's about creating a world where understanding and compassion take precedence over anger and division. When you forgive, you become a beacon of hope, a living example of what it means to rise above pain and choose love instead. As we close this journey, think about what forgiveness could mean for you. What would your life look like without the burden of grudges? What dreams could you pursue? What relationships could you heal? And what peace could you find? The decision to forgive is not always easy, but it's always worth it. By letting go of the past, you give yourself the gift of the present and the power to create a future filled with freedom, joy, and possibility. What have we learned? Forgiveness is more than an emotional gesture. It's a transformative act of self-liberation. We've learned that forgiveness isn't about excusing someone's behavior or erasing the pain. It's about reclaiming your peace and choosing not to let the past dictate your future. In Chapter 1, we uncovered the true essence of forgiveness. It's a gift you give yourself, not a concession to the person who hurt you. In Chapter 2, we explored the heavy toll resentment takes on your emotional and physical well-being, robbing you of time, energy, and peace. Chapter 3 gave us practical steps to start the forgiveness journey. We learned how to acknowledge our pain, focus inward, and use tools like reflection, meditation, and compassion to begin letting go. Finally, in Chapter 4, we witnessed the profound impact forgiveness can have not only on our own lives, but on those around us, rippling outward to create lasting change. Forgiveness is a journey, not a one-time act. It's about making the conscious choice, day by day, to free yourself from the weight of the past. By choosing to forgive, you're choosing freedom, growth, and the opportunity to live your life fully. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey of understanding and transformation. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools we have to heal and grow, and I hope this video has inspired you to take that first step. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating content that inspires and uplifts. Remember, forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. You have the power to let go of what's holding you back and step into a brighter, lighter future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep moving forward with strength, grace, and hope.